Members of the United States Congress have approved a significant package of new internal rules. This vote took place just last week, following months of discussion and debate within the House of Representatives within the Senate. The primary purpose is to govern the ethical conduct of lawmakers. The changes target areas that drew public scrutiny and concerns about conflicts of interest. Proponents say the goal is to increase transparency and bolster public confidence in Congress. The rules shift how members manage activities outside their official duties. The overhaul wasn't made in a vacuum. It follows high-profile reports and public discussions about members' financial dealings. Critics say the old rules had loopholes that could be exploited. That could allow personal financial gain to influence legislation. The new framework aims to close those gaps. It establishes more stringent guidelines lawmakers must follow. Supporters hope stricter oversight will raise ethical standards across all members. One of the most significant changes involves new limitations on how members of Congress can earn outside income. Under the previous system, speaking fees and other professional work were less defined. The new regulation establishes much clearer and stricter caps on the amount of money a lawmaker can receive from such engagements. Furthermore, it mandates a more detailed and frequent disclosure of any outside income sources. This means members will not only have to report how much they earned, but also provide more specific information about who paid them and for what service. Another key area addressed by the new rules is the acceptance of gifts privately sponsored travel. The regulations now place an outright ban on certain categories of gifts from lobbyists and organizations with business before Congress. For privately funded trips, lawmakers are now required to submit a comprehensive public report. Lawmakers who voted in favor of the new rules have consistently argued that these steps are essential for restoring public trust in Congress. The primary justification offered is that citizens have a right to know about any external factors that might influence the decisions of their elected representatives. Supporters contend that when a lawmaker's personal financial interests could be affected by a piece of legislation, the public deserves full transparency. They believe that by proactively providing this information through clear and stringent rules, Congress can demonstrate its commitment to serving the public interest above any personal financial considerations. This, they say, fosters a healthier democracy. Proponents also frame the changes as a way to protect lawmakers themselves from unfair accusations. They argue that in the absence of clear guidelines, even well-intentioned actions can be misinterpreted. By creating a bright-line set of rules, members of Congress will have a clear understanding of what is and is not permissible. This allows them to engage in permissible activities without fear of being misconstrued as unethical. However, the new rules are not without their critics. Some watchdog groups and members of Congress argue the changes do not go far enough. That faction had advocated for more sweeping prohibitions, such as, the new rules will have a tangible and immediate effect on the daily lives of lawmakers. For example, a paid speaking engagement, invitation to speak at a corporate-hosted conference, must navigate stricter procedures, must verify the speaking fee meets new, lower limits. After the event, payment reported publicly much faster. The report must state if the corporation has active lobbying interests. Another example, privately sponsored travel, invitation from a nonprofit to a fact-finding mission abroad, travel expenses covered by the sponsor. New rule, file pre-trip and post-trip disclosures. The filing must include the trip's full agenda. The filing must justify the trip's relevance to official duties. Those records will be available online for citizens and journalists to scrutinize. Ethics watchdogs cautiously welcome the change and pledge to monitor enforcement. The true test is enforcement and whether it changes behavior.